Evidence of engagement, convenience, and or complicity in the preceding gross violation of the Constitution and the law, 2, gross misconduct and gross abuse of office is to be found in a complaint by Duranera Salesio Mutuma to the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission dated 11th August 2023, and the attachment to it, a copy of which is produced on pages 1 to 29 of the exhibits. B, a letter by the clerk of the Assembly dated 9th October 2023 requesting a certified copy of Meru County misrecords, a copy of which is produced on page 30 of the exhibits. C, a letter by the County Executive Committee member for Finance dated 11th October 2023 declining to furnish a certified copy of Meru County misrecords on frivolous grounds, thus inviting an adverse inference against the governor in relation to the complaint raised by Mutuma Salesio Duranera, a copy of which is produced on pages 31 to 32 of the exhibits. D, payslips for Dr. John Tweiti, Joseph Kedure Mberia, and Kennedy Kemadi Mbae, copies of which are produced on page 33 to 41 of the exhibits. And E, the Maua Chief Magistrates Court Miscellaneous Criminal Application number E085 of 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 42 to 47 of the exhibits. F, charge sheets against Salesio Munene Kanga alias Samaritan and Isaiah Toribi Kiyuki, employees of the county government, relating to the violence that erupted at the Governor's Okolea rally at Makiri, copies of which are produced on pages 48 to 49 of the exhibits. G, payslips for Salesio Munene Kanga alias Samaritan and Isaiah Toribi Kiyuki, confirming their status as employees of the county, copies of which are produced on pages 50 to 51 of the exhibits. And H, a video recording of the violence that erupted at the Maokolea rally at Makiri on 16th September 2023, which is saved in the flash disk presented herewith, and the transcript of which is produced on pages 52 to 53 of the exhibits. Count number 2, Honorable Speaker, nepotism and related unethical practices. The governor has grossly violated, among others, Articles 10, Articles 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, Sections 12, 17, and 24 of the Public Officer Ethics Act, 2003, Sections 13, subsection 1, B, F, subsections 16 and 24 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012, and Sections 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Governments Act 2012 by engagement, convenience, and or complicity in the following. A, fraudulently misrepresenting the governor's relatives as a technical team for purposes of travel to China to inspect and certify cancer treatment equipment, while knowing that the governors for purposes of travel to China to inspect and certify cancer treatment equipment, while knowing that the governor's relatives are not medical professionals. B, employing Edwin Mutuma Murangiri, who is a nephew to the governor's husband, as the CEO of Meru County, as the CEO of Meru Youth Service, MYS, and acting chief officer of the Department of Finance. C, the designation of Nefat Kenywa, who is the governor's brother-in-law, as the director of external leakages without transparent and competitive recruitment. And D, assigning diplomatic duties, namely engagements with foreign diplomats and dignitaries, to our unqualified sisters, that is Miriam Gwantai, PA, and Rose Gwantai, bodyguard. Evidence of the governor's engagement, convenience, and or complicity in the preceding 1, gross violation of the Constitution and the law, 2, gross misconduct, and 3, gross abuse of office is to be found in A, a letter by the EACC to the governor dated 19th October 2022 relating to nepotism, cronyism, and other unethical acts, a copy of which is produced on pages 54 to 56 of the exhibits. B, the governor's response to the letter alluded to in subparagraph A above, confirming the employment status of the governor's close relative, a copy of which is produced on page 57 to 59 of the exhibits. C, letters in English and Chinese by Beijing Link Tech Company Limited, dated 25th April 2023, inviting the governor to China to benchmark cancer treatment equipment for installation at a cancer treatment center in Meru, copies of which are produced on pages 60 to 67 of the exhibits. Letter from the county government to the State Department for Devolution, dated 26th May 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 68 to 67 of the exhibits. An internal memo by Kusa Azel to the Principal Secretary, State Department for Devolution. An internal memo by Kusa Azel, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Devolution, dated 5th June 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 76 to 85 of the exhibits. A letter from the State Department for Devolution to 5th June 2023, a copy of which is produced on page 86 of the exhibits. Videos of the governor's relatives' trip to China, which are produced in flash disk, presented here with a letter dated 6th June 2023, describing Nefat Kenya as the Director of External Leakages, a copy of which is produced on page 87 of the exhibits. A short list and interview schedule for various posts in the office of the governor, dated 6th September 2023, a copy of which is produced on pages 88 to 91 of the exhibits. An internal memo dated 23rd August 2023, appointing Edwin Mutuma Murangeri, the CEO of Meru Youth Service, as Acting Chief Officer for Finance, a copy of which is produced on pages 92 to 93 of the exhibits, and K. Screen grabs of the Governor's official Facebook page, posted May 2023, copies of which are produced on pages 94 to 100 of the exhibits. Honorable Speaker, county number 3, bullying, verification, and demeaning other leaders. The Governor, Her Excellency Kawira Mwangaza, has grossly violated, among others, 1. Articles 10, Articles 19, 28, 73, and 75, and 179 of the Constitution, Sections 9b, 19, and 24 of the Public Officer Ethics Act, Sections 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act, and Sections 32 and 3, C, and D of the County Governments Act by engagement, convenience, and or complicity in, among others, the following. A. Exclusion of the Deputy Governor from County Executive Committee meetings and other official functions. B. Bullying, undermining, and posting insulting and demeaning messages about the Deputy Governor in our WhatsApp group, styled That Government 012, whose membership includes several officers who are subordinate to the Deputy Governor. C. Encouraging and condoning insubordination and the making of insulting and demeaning public utterances by subordinate staff against the Deputy Governor and other elected leaders. D. Bullying, undermining, and posting insulting and demeaning messages about the Deputy Governor in our WhatsApp group styled County Admin Services, whose membership includes several officers who are subordinate to the Deputy Governor. E. Encouraging and condoning the removal of the Deputy Governor by junior officers from official county WhatsApp communication forums. Arbitrary suspension, dismissal, withdrawal, and frustration of the staff of the Office of the Deputy Governor. Illegally and irregularly and fraudulently holding the Deputy Governor's staff out of office by purporting to accept their non-existent resignations. Arbitrary reduction, suspension, and withdrawal of budgetary facilitation for legitimate operations of the Office of the Deputy Governor. Threatening to inflict bodily harm against the Deputy Governor orally and in WhatsApp chats. Forcibly breaking entry and ransacking of the Deputy Governor's office, changing the locks to the Deputy Governor's office, arbitrary relocation of the Deputy Governor's office, arbitrary withdrawal of security from the Deputy Governor's residence, and persistently making demeaning public utterances against other elected leaders despite the same issue featuring prominently in the previous impeachment proceedings. Insightful, insulting, and demeaning remarks against other leaders by falsely accusing them of cartelism at a presidential Thanksgiving service held in Lare despite this issue arising in previous impeachment proceedings, and encouraging, conniving, and condoning her husbands insulting and demeaning public utterances and musical performances against other elected leaders, despite this issue featuring in previous impeachment proceedings. Evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, and or complicity in the preceding: 1, gross violation of the Constitution and the law; 2, gross misconduct; and 3, gross abuse of office, is to be found in A,